This is a post that was placed on board host by myself on July 5th, posting under the name Stephen Benjamin or Benjamin at 12:43 a.m. It was a Sabbath. I was giving a Sabbath greeting, and I noted here I'd been instructed a thing in the Spirit. It said, I am told to tell those paying attention, tell them, start praying for Houston. Now, this was in regards to concerns, a vision for a tropical system to impact the Houston area this year. Didn't know if it would be a tropical storm or a hurricane or the remnants of storms that were spawned by the catalyst of either a tropical storm or hurricane hitting somewhere on the Gulf Coast, anywhere Florida to Texas. But the emphasis was that Houston was going to be impacted either directly or indirectly by one of these events. And I strongly suspected it would be directly. So this was on July 5th here. Began calling for prayer for this. Now you can see in August the 4th, I started adding concerns here, going up through the month of August, almost a full month later. On August the 4th, I put this has been emphasized to me in the Spirit for 2 weeks now at least, and repeatedly so. Now I'm instructed to share the date here for emphasis. Notice September 8th or 9/8 was being emphasized to me. Now, I noted it had been emphasized for a couple of weeks. I don't just post these things flippantly or lightly, and I oftentimes go through great struggles, spiritual struggles, because I'll receive a vision or be given instruction in the Spirit, and many times there will ensue immediately a struggle, and I will recognize opposing sides in the spiritual realm fighting, and so I become unsure of the content at times, and so I go into states of much prayer before even going any further with it. In the book of Daniel, you can note that he reports having fallen ill for 3 weeks after one set of visions he received. And in another case in the book of Daniel, the angel Gabriel reports to him that for 3 weeks he was trying to get him information about a vision he had been given, that Daniel had been given, to bring Daniel peace in the matter, give him understanding, but he was held at bay for 3 weeks by opposing spiritual entities until the archangel Michael came to help out. And so, this is not without precedent, the spiritual struggle that ensues for those people who deal with these types of events. So anyway, the date September 8th or 9/8 is what I was able to get across at this time frame. I was interpreting it as that. I haven't ruled out something for September 8th, although I do believe that Houston's about to get soon hit between now and the 8th, quite possibly in the next 24 hours, and maybe twice. It may get hit now, may get hit again. I don't know. But I am strongly suspecting these are the things regarding the visions I seen earlier in the summer. When Invest 96L, which went on to become Hurricane Cristobal, was still in the stage of Invest 96L, I posted on Facebook a message that said, on the 23rd of August, it said in quotation marks, 96L to 9/8, capital K, lowercase t, or 96L to 98 Katy is what, and Katy was referring to Katy, Texas. I went back on this discussion board and emphasized such at the time frame on board hosts, noting that noting here on the 23rd at 4:09 p.m. It says right here, I refer to a vision I had noted earlier in the thread of something forming off the shape of Africa, and it says here that it could have been off the coast of South America, as the two nations have the similar shape. And a chart was made there. When this chart was placed originally on Facebook, the quotation 96L29/8 KT in quotation marks was placed as it was posted on Facebook, so I could then post it as a embedded image here on board host. And again, I was given instruction for those paying attention to tell them to watch and pray. You can see here, I'm describing the vision I had seen earlier in the month that's talked about earlier in the thread, and this vision came in the month of August, not the original one in July. And I noted that there are continuing concerns for Houston, and that added concerns in the same region were being emphasized in the time frame, in the spirit, in the last minutes, the minutes when this was posted, for the greater metropolitan Houston region of Katy, for prayer requests at this time for those paying attention. This again was placed on August 23rd at 4:09 p.m. As I watched Cristobal and the things that took place, another invest formed over here, which was invest 97L, at which point it goes in here before 97L formed. Went here, I was being given information in the spirit to lead me to believe that there were other matters at play here, matters that go back to events earlier in the year and those making mockery from the Huntsville region. And also I noted in such that something else could be going on, and I made reference to the year 2008 as Invest 96L was still an unnamed storm, but it was being noted if it went on to be named, and it has since become a tropical system, storm, and hurricane, that it would be named Cristobal. And I pointed back to 2008 with visions I had in that time frame. Cristobal was a storm that hit Jacksonville, North Carolina, and right next to it in the time frame. Anyway, I go on, and I noted that a possible 1-2 punch may be getting ready to happen. That was at 5:15 p.m. on August 23rd. Okay, shortly after that, Invest 97L formed. And it did form off the coast of South Africa. When it did, I went in here on the 25th at 10:45 a.m. and I posted 1-2 punch, the definition of a 1-2 punch, and I was instructed in the spirit to write this in quotation marks, Invest 97L. Now, okay, this afternoon, in the post that was originally placed on Facebook with the chart comparing the shape of South America to Africa on August 23rd, I added to that this afternoon the following phrase: I was led in the spirit in this. Certain things are in quotation marks, but the whole thing was led by the spirit. It says 9:8. Humberto was smaller than the tortoise, but faster than the hare, but he hit like a hammer as most slept unaware. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. A 1-2, then a rope-a-dope. 4 follows 3. Now that 4 follows 3 is emphatic. The whirlwinds of the south testify of his anointed. Now who could it be? Now the beasts round the throne sing, come and see, come and see. in this, Humberto is a reference to Hurricane Humberto. Right now, after I posted that, I was instructed to post this on board host at 2:36 p.m. So what I just read off of Facebook was posted just minutes prior. Now, here, current NOAA satellite imagery shows an area of circulation with potential to become a tropical system. The circulation is there. Storms are on the north side. It is an area of low pressure, and it is right here off the coast of Galveston. This is Galveston right here. This entire circle I'm circling now is the greater metropolitan region of Houston, Texas, and there are several cities in that greater Houston metro area. The city of Katy in the greater metro of Houston is actually right about here where the arrow is now. And so it's currently 3:42 p.m. August 27th, and this is satellite imagery for Invest 98L or 98, where it currently is. I haven't ruled out some event for September 8th, but I'm also considering very strongly that this is, given all the things that have taken place in the past few days and the messages I've been given to relay in the spirit and the thread on board host shown earlier, noting one message which I was instructed for those paying attention to quote unquote tell them, here it comes. And so and then with all the things that have followed, I feel strongly that this thing is going to surprise everybody. This is about Invest 98L from the Weather Channel.
We still have our eyes on a cluster of thunderstorms that's developed in the Gulf of Mexico. It's been a really interesting system to watch, and it has the potential to develop into something tropical. Certainly has some spin with it right now, but it's been a really resilient system. Right off the coast of Galveston here, by the way, they've already had some rain bands. And all this orange color here is dry air, okay? And normally this dry air would just completely crush a system like this, but for some reason it's been very resilient. The one thing that has really hampered it from becoming a tropical system has been the wind shear, okay? So that's keeping all the thunderstorms basically on one side of the system, basically up here on the northeast, and you can see that in order for a system to be tropical, you really need to wrap a lot of convection around the center of circulation. But you can see it's there, it's spinning, it still has an overall low chance of developing, but we do have a very close eye on it.
Okay, so it is August 27th between 3 and 4:15 p.m. This is satellite imagery, radar imagery of Invest 98L. As you heard on the Weather Channel, this system is spinning. So as it's spinning, it does indeed, while it's not named as a tropical system yet, the Weather Channel notes it is acting unusual and that it's very resilient. Normally the dry weather conditions in the area would tear something like this apart, but it is spinning, therefore the winds are whirling. So these winds are spinning in a pattern of circulation. They are whirling here.